Hey guys, Spider here, and I'm doing this video for you guys, bringing together all the information from various locations because there was a lot of information that was released yesterday since the reveal trailer for Call of Duty Black Ops 2 went live last night. There are a whole slew of other videos that have been posted by Treyarch, by Activision, on Call of Duty YouTube. All kinds of articles, interviews, just all kinds of stuff that have been presented to various media outlets and within the videos themselves that I'm going to compile for you guys. So the first part of this video, and this is all zombies. This whole video is just about zombies. I'm going to be taking a look at other aspects of the game in subsequent videos. But this is a focus on strictly Black Ops 2 zombies, piecing together all the information available, which we're going to do in the first half of this video. And the second half is going to be my analysis and where I think it will or should go with respect to the information that has been provided. So let's go! First up is from the roll call video. All links are in descriptions, guys, for all the videos as well as the articles that I'm going to be discussing. So this is an interview between Dan Amrich at Activision, or One of Swords, and Treyarch Studio Chief Mark Lamia. And in the video, approximately the 3-minute, 30-second mark, Mark Lamia comes out and says, if you like zombies, you're going to be really happy with what we're doing with Black Ops 2. And then he goes on to say, it's our biggest, most ambitious zombies effort ever. And that got me excited. So that was the first indication, first confirmation officially that zombies is in Black Ops 2. Now, going to the actual world reveal trailer, there's some information present that may have an impact on the zombies part of the game, but may not, and I'll discuss why and in another quote from an article. Okay, so anyways, there are two time frames in the campaign, and I believe the flashback time frame counts for about a third of the game, while the future time frame counts about 2/3. So you have July 23rd, 1986. Hey, that's when Britain's Prince Andrew marries Sarah Ferguson. But again, these dates may have an impact on what they do with zombies. I mean, maybe there's a sort of a past time frame for the zombies and a future time frame for the zombies. But you know, we do that. They do that anyway, right? With the zombies as it is. And then, of course, we have the future date, June 12th, 2025. And again, obviously in the future. But these dates probably don't have much of an impact, like I said, on the zombies part of the game, which I will explain in a few moments. The only other part of the reveal trailer that people have sort of been linking to zombies is this image right here with the light coming down. People have been suggesting, hey, that's the indicator light for the mystery box in zombies. Who knows? Maybe they threw that in there just to mess with you guys. I don't think it is, but whatever. It's just something I threw in here because it obviously links to zombies in some fashion, or at least people are attempting to link it to zombies in that fashion. But it does kind of look like it, but I don't know. Maybe they just threw that in there to mess with us, right? All right, so first up is an article from The Verge. Again, links are in the description, and they're talking about zombies specifically. I'm just picking apart what they've reported on from zombies, from interviews, etc. So it's been confirmed, obviously, zombies, new world, and new modes. So that's interesting. A quote from the interview with Mark Lamia, more isn't always better, except with zombies. That's what I say. I say that, man. More. Come on. Give me more. Followed by, fans want more ways to play zombies, and Treyarch plans on giving them just that. And when I get into the actually, after I present you with this information, I'm going to explain what I think they mean by that, and it's a good fit for some of the stuff that we've done in the past here at NextGenTactics, definitely. This is probably the best and most interesting information presented in the article. Zombies will run in the multiplayer engine instead of jury-rigged using the campaign engine. This is going to provide for so much flexibility and so much expansion for zombies that you won't even believe it. And like I said, towards the second half of this video, I'm gonna be going into a lot of detail on that for sure. All right, next up is computer and video games. Again, link is in the description to the article. And this one is interesting as well. Zombies will be able to handle a co-op tally double that of Black Ops. All right, 8 players, 8-player co-op. That's you gotta have some pretty big maps in order to do 8-player co-op, I would think. Yeah, we'll have to discuss that one. All right, next up, strong sales of Black Ops Resurrection DLC pack has afforded the studio's Zombies team some freedom to move. Obviously, dude, the freaking huge success of Zombies, it's not just a Resurrection DLC pack, man. It's the entire game and all the DLC packs that I know for a fact there are a lot of people out there that bought specifically for Zombies. So they have more room than just sales of the Resurrection DLC pack. I mean, come on. But still, again, due to the success of Zombies from Black Ops, they've now afforded them the opportunity to really, really expand on Zombies, and it's going to be freaking amazing. Okay, this one has some pretty high interest on my part. Treyarch have given their zombie team free reign to do pretty much whatever they want with the mode, regardless of the direction the campaign is headed in. You know, when I talked about the dates from the reveal trailer and how they may not really have an impact on the zombies, and this is the specific quote I'm referring to because the time frames of the campaign, the multiplayer, probably will not have any impact whatsoever on the co-op zombie part of this game. They have complete flexibility, I mean, the possibilities are endless for what they can do with zombies. Let's just put it that way, shall we? All right, last article is from Kotaku, and zombies will feature all new modes that are more fleshed out than ever. There will be more zombies and more modes, just more. Really, they actually didn't say anything about more maps. I assume they're going to have more maps as well, obviously, since they're putting so much effort into the zombies portion of the game. Hopefully we don't just start with one map like on Black Ops and have to unlock a second map and then the rest are DLC. I'm sure they'll probably... My guess is well, I should leave my analysis for later. Alright, and the last article quote here, if you think about all of the things we can do with our multiplayer engine, Lamia said, you can start to think about how we might be looking at this. And think we shall. That's it for the reporting side of this video, reporting portion of this video. The rest of this video is dedicated to my analysis and where I think Zombies is going to go or where it should go with respect to the information that has been provided. Are you guys ready? Alright guys, here we go. This move from the campaign engine to the multiplayer engine for Call of Duty Zombies is going to be fantastic. It offers Treyarch the ability to do a lot of things that you can see currently in multiplayer, and I'm going to show some images probably from the Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer, and just where I think Zombies will or should or may be going with Black Ops 2. So the first is just going to be in sort of matchmaking, and they talked about different modes. I think matchmaking under Find Zombies game or whatever, you're going to have possibly some either some just map playlists or game mode playlists. And I think the game modes, and guys, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not saying we were ever the first ones here at NextGenTactics to come out with different game modes for Call of Duty Zombies, but we were definitely one of the pioneers in pushing for this type of thing. You can go back to all kinds of videos that we did on Zombies where we did challenges, where we did point horde challenges, we did gun game stuff. Even before those gun game mod videos that we posted came out, we were doing gun game, we were doing shotguns only, we were doing team-based point horde challenges. All those kinds of things, all those different kinds of game modes, I think can exist on a playlist. You can select what type of game mode. You might have standard. You might have sort of the standard Zombies game mode and also other challenging game modes that you can play either under public playlists or even on private matches. So I think that's really going to be cool. So I mean, you can, again, I say you can go by map and or game mode. It would be it would be cool if you could actually select the map that you want to play in. I mean, the multiplayer that exists the in Call of Duty. I mean, the games are quick, generally in around 10 minutes, give or take a few. So it's easy to do a playlist without map selection. I think on zombies, because the games can potentially go a lot longer, that you sort of need to even produce a playlist where it's a map-based playlist as opposed to a game mode playlist. So you'd probably have both. At least that's my suggestion. Now, the other interesting thing that I think it is possible for them to incorporate. Now, I do understand, and you have to be wary of how far do you stretch from the original concept of zombies that really, really made it popular. And if you stretch too far and you go too far with it, is that going to wreck the experience? I think there's opportunity here, but I think at the same time you need to provide that standard sort of experience as an option. So while I think that what I'm just about to say here is probably a good idea, I still think that Treyarch needs to incorporate. No, I don't want to play it this way. I want to play the type of zombies game that I've grown to know and love with World at War and Black Ops. So I think. And this a lot of this stuff is going to come from the custom maps that people have done for World at War, and one specifically is the realism mod that was put together. I don't know who put it together, but it's a realism mod that allows you to actually rank up in zombies. So that's one aspect of it, is actually ranking up in zombies and getting unlocks, like unlocking weapons, unlocking attachments, unlocking a bunch of stuff. So I think similar to the multiplayer, as you rank up, I mean, who knows? They could even go with, you're going to rank up to level 60 and have 10 prestiges in zombies, right? And you get, call signs and emblems and titles that you can unlock for zombies. I mean, the possibilities are endless. It could almost be like a multiplayer, a multiplayer that sits side by side with the regular multiplayer, and it's co-op zombies or even multiplayer. And I'll get into that with some of the game modes that well, I already talked about, but sorry, I'm all over the place. So that would allow you to create a class for going to these games. I'm not sure how that would sort of impact. Again, there's lots of opportunity to do this, but then you sort of remove some of the stuff in game, like collecting points and buying weapons and buying perks and that sort of thing. So if they were going to incorporate something like this realism mod and ranking up and create a class, then I still think they need to provide the option to go with the original zombies experience. And if that's part of the playlist, maybe that's like the bare bones type playlist that people can play for zombies. So let me just go back to the whole playlist thing, the fine game. I think when you think about zombies, you always think about co-op, but what we've done in the past, again, as definitely part of the pioneering of these different types of game modes, I mean, we've done these point horror challenges, and it's no longer co-op in that case. It's more like a multiplayer where you're playing against each other. You're either playing individually. It could be like a free-for-all zombies game where the person with a number of points at the end of the game wins the game. Also team-based. When we've done team-based, we've not only done the sort of free-for-all 1v1, v1, v1 with the 4 players, but we've also done 2v2 games. And again, the team with the highest cumulative score at the end of the game wins. So there's opportunity to go beyond the co-op and actually make it sort of some multiplayer game modes. With respect to the perks, etc., and the guns, and the zombie drops, I think that can all be expanded upon. And again, I think Treyarch is probably going to take a lot from the community as far as what some of these guys have developed on the custom zombies maps for perk drops and stuff like that. So, I don't think we're stuck with the concept of yeah, we have a X number of perk machines that we have on the map. I mean, those can be provided by drops by the zombies. They can be time-based, so you get a certain perk for a certain period of time based on the drop, and then it goes away. So I think there's opportunity there for that sort of thing. Another thing that would be cool is you could actually have pro perks, so pro versions of perks that offer additional abilities, as well as building upon the whole let's call it perk system that custom zombies or not custom zombies but regular zombies have come out with. But building upon those, offering even more, and offering pro versions of them, I think would be pretty cool. Maybe just go up to the machine. You can buy the perk. Let's say if it's going to be machine based, you can buy the perk. You can go up and for like 5 times the amount of money, you can buy the pro version of it. So, and I think for private matches as well, and in the multiplayer for Modern Warfare 3 and Black Ops, etc., you can select your mode and you can select which map you want to play, and you can set up different options depending on the mode you've selected. Again, all these things that I'm talking about through here, you should be able to, again, using that multiplayer platform that they're switching to from the campaign platform, you have that all available to you. You can go in and set up these very detailed custom games down to the very last option for health, for drops that are available, for weapons that are available, stuff like that, and make it really interesting, and even come up with different types of game modes yourself. And it's similar, again, some of these community developed game modes that were in Modern Warfare 3 that came about and are in the community they're in the community playlists. That can be an option and an availability for zombies in Black Ops 2, and I think that'll be awesome. And they're gonna have private match anyway, but if they incorporate all the options that we're talking about here, and the options that they're going to provide to this part of the game, I think that will be make for some very cool private matches. So going into the barracks, even the barracks in Modern Warfare 3, you have challenges. I mean, I think they're gonna, again, you can come up with a whole bunch of challenges, and it just extends the life of the game. I mean, people live for, like I said, ranking up and prestiging and challenges, completing challenges. I think, and stats, right? And I talked about this in previous videos, is having cumulative stats for, total score, total kills, total headshots. And if you're considering doing multiplayer, you have wins, losses, downs, deaths, all that stuff can be recorded, and it should be available to be recorded. I'd be very, very disappointed since they're bringing zombies to the multiplayer, that they don't have detailed stats of everything and leaderboards. Okay, so challenges, hands down, you got to have challenges. I mean, kills with per weapon. I mean, it provides incentive to use different weapons to kill zombies, etc. The leaderboards, definitely you got to have leaderboards, not only for each map, but also overall leaderboards for number of kills, number of points, everything. Like, you can get very, very detailed. And again, I really hope they go to town on providing that information as part of the leaderboards. And your barrack, I guess you wouldn't necessarily call them barracks in zombies, but they're barracks in the multiplayer. So just going to the one comment about the zombies mode being able to handle double the number of co-op people, and presumably you're going to be able to play 8 players. Now, there are 2 aspects of that I think are going to be issues with regards to that. But I think they just need to be handled. So 8 players. So number one, does that mean you do have more opportunity for multiplayer versus co-op? But I mean, 8 players, you got to have some pretty damn big maps to run 8 players. And because you're running 8 players and the maps, they have to be bigger. Is that going to allow for just easier gameplay? We all know, in playing from the custom maps that we played on, as well as some of the maps that are provided in game, the bigger maps, they're just easy. You can run circles. You can do these circle strategies, which I know they're almost essential to make the really, really high rounds, but at the same time, it's not fun. It's just boring, and it gets boring after a time. So if that's the case because of these bigger maps, then I think that's a problem they just have to deal with. So Having 8 players is going to require bigger maps, but because you have bigger maps, you're going to have to make sure that it's not ridiculously easy just to run circle strategies around these zombies, right? Right. So now extending from that though, because and again, these are all reasons or statements that I'm making because they're moving to multiplayer. I think it allows for better zombie AI. And if anybody has actually built a map or knows about making custom maps in World at War, you know that the zombies sort of follow these paths. These I don't know what you call them, but there's certain specific paths that these zombies follow, and that's why it's so easy to run these circle strategies and to not get hit, etc. But I think moving to multiplayer, and we've seen how they've sort of worked on the AI for the Spec Ops in Modern Warfare 3, and they did have the combat combat training in a Black Ops. I think they can make better AI for the zombies, and if they do make better AI for the zombies, then that may mitigate the issue that we talked about with having bigger maps where you can just run circle strategies. So, but again, you got to be very, very careful because that's going to change the experience. And the experience of the original zombies is very, very positive. So you got to make those tweaks. I mean, freaking, Treyarch should run a beta for zombies, man. Run a beta for crying out loud. But I think the AI will be a lot improved over Black Ops and World at War Zombies. So as far as maps, I think that, again, with the additional flexibility and additional resources they have available for the zombie mode of this game, I think that a minimum of 4 to 6 maps is probably to be expected. At least that would be my guess. If they're doing more zombies, they're talking about more and better and bigger, then obviously that has to extend to the number of maps, and I think 4 to 6, at least 4 to 6 maps is the absolute minimum that Treyarch needs to provide to the community here. If you guys are going to say all this, yeah, it's great to have all these different game modes, but if you only release one freaking map with the game, I would be very, very disappointed. So I think the number is probably 4 to 6, at least. But at the same time, do not make it like freaking Spec Ops in Modern Warfare 3, okay? Don't just take... And they're not, I don't think they are anyway, don't just take the freaking multiplayer maps and incorporate them into zombies, because that, again, that will also be a huge disappointment. You guys have to create these maps outside of campaign, outside of multiplayer, completely different. I don't want to see freaking Spec Ops zombies in Black Ops 2. I got to tell you that. Alright, so this is actually the last topic I want to tackle individually. There are a whole bunch more items that I just want to post up here that people have mentioned and that I also want to see in the game, and sort of having it using the multiplayer engine should make it a lot easier to do these things. So this first one is mod tools. Guys, at Treyarch, I implore you guys to release mod tools. I mean, I don't care if it's after you release your last map pack or a month or two after you release the last map pack for Black Ops 2. Release the mod tools. You know where you're getting probably 90% of your ideas for zombies, for expanding the zombies game mode, is from custom maps. Custom maps that the freaking community, the modding community, has developed from your World at War game. I can almost guarantee you're going to see a lot of things from those custom maps that are incorporated into Black Ops 2 Zombies. You guys need to give back to the community. You didn't release the full set of mod tools for Black Ops, and I know there are certain limitations and issues with respect to that. You're bringing this into multiplayer. You're using the same game engine, multiplayer game engine for both multiplayer and zombies. There's freaking no reason at all why you can't bring forth mod tools after your map packs have already been released. I know you don't want to do it beforehand because that may impact the sales of the map packs, but do it afterwards, guys. Let us continue with this community and come up with new and interesting ideas that you can use for the next iteration. All right? Okay, we're getting to the end. This is basically just a list of other things that that I would like to see, as well as the community. I tweeted this out, and I got some of your responses here. So, zombie counter would be cool. If you're doing the round-based type thing, it would be good to have a freaking zombie counter. I love those custom World of Wars maps that have the zombie counter. A horde game mode, where essentially, and again, this is coming from the custom modders, where it's not round based. It's just the zombies keep coming. They just keep coming and coming, and they get stronger and stronger, and you got to run your ass off. You can't create crawlers and just run around and repair stuff and buy stuff. You got to just keep continually on the move, and it makes for much more exciting gameplay, in my opinion. Levels of difficulty, particularly at the beginning rounds, it's just not very difficult at all. And I think you want to have more levels of difficulty where it increases the number of zombies right off the bat, the speed, their health, all sorts of things. But I definitely think leaderboards should be incorporated into that. So if you have a certain level of difficulty, if you're at the highest level, you get a bigger multiplier, let's say, for your scoring. Storyline and Easter eggs is an absolute must. Now, that's going to probably be difficult to do if they're going to release X number of maps right off the bat, because, I mean, people can go and play them unless they require you to play a certain map. I don't know, or you have to unlock maps. So storyline is going to be somewhat difficult with the initial release of the game. As they release map packs, that might be easier, but definitely we got to have storyline, and I know, Treyarch, you guys are the freaking masters of Easter eggs, so hopefully that continues with Black Ops 2. The possibility of having map endings or Bible endings or certain, endings could be incorporated in the storyline. They could also be incorporated into the map. But I think if you're going to do an ending, it's satisfying to purchase that ending, let's say, and end the game. But I think you should have an option to at least continue, to be able to continue. So, yay, you conquered the map, you bought the ending, but you can continue on and just keep going round after round if you really want, and the zombies will get more difficult, etc., etc. Boss zombies would be pretty cool. I know. And I'm obviously going away from sort of the monkey rounds and the dog rounds, having a round every so often, for instance, where you have a boss zombie, or maybe the boss zombie can be incorporated into sort of a map ending type scenario, again, with that ability to continue. So you have this hard-ass zombie you got to kill, and you win the map, but you can also continue on. More interactive maps, and I know, Treyarch, you guys have been freaking great, even with the multiplayer, for having things that are sort of interactive on the map. We'd like to see more of that on the zombies maps. So just things that you can activate, bridges, whatever it is. And the last item here, and I think I've covered everything, is actually having host migration in zombies. And again, incorporating zombies into the multiplayer engine. It's already there, guys. It's already there. So if the host leaves, please provide for the ability to migrate hosts. And guys, I know I'm missing a lot of stuff. I mean, there's so much more that you can do. Dual pack-a-punching weapons, the type of weapons that you guys want back in the game. That's all. Hey, that's all icing on the cake, right? Having the Wunderwaffe available, having the Thunder Gun. I don't like the Thunder Gun, to be honest. It's too easy. The Wunderwaffe is kind of up there, but the Thunder Gun, I think that's like easy mode right there, and that's why Ascension is so easy to get to high rounds. It's because largely in part of because of the Thunder Gun. But I know I'm missing a lot of stuff. I tried to cover everything, guys. If you guys have any other ideas, or let me know what you think in the comments, just put them in the comments, and I don't know, I'll do a follow-up video. I just pump these videos out, right? But I put a lot of time into this one, so if you guys can, I definitely appreciate if you provide the video a rating and comment. And I really wanted to put everything into this and just come up with all the ideas. And I think whatever Treyarch is going to do, I got to put faith in them. And you're always going to be disappointed with something, guys. Always you'll be disappointed with something. But always, try and look at the positives of what they're going to provide for us, okay? And that's what I'm going to try to do. And generally speaking, the positives, the number of positives will outweigh those negatives, and you'll just completely forget about them or rage quit. Either way, thanks again, guys. And again, be sure to rate and comment the video, and I will see you next time. I'm Spider, and I'm out.